He's coming out this time. And Diallo leaks out on the other end. 5 straight points for number 3 in white. So with the 3, and Wenyen Gabriel comes away with it. Knox with an exclamation point. Tipped away. Here's Diallo.
Free zone.
It's Diallo and Gilgeous-Alexander at the top of that zone. That is a lot of length. And another turnover. And another jam by Diallo. Gabriel. Gilgeous-Alexander at the other end.
He played a basketball game. He looks like he's getting around fine. Washington absorbs the contact. The follow is good.
That is just absolute brute force. Time to be on ESPN during the regular season, they told me earlier this week. There it is. That's an unstoppable circle cut.
See his ability to drive it. I know he can do that.
Kentucky is 2-0 on the young season as Diallo.
Oh, you can't teach that, Danny.
Graham with a deep one. Comes up empty and then almost picked it off. Washington, nice feed to Knox.
Great look by Washington.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Kevin Knox misses the three-point attempt. Washington the offensive glass, and the jam by P.J. Washington. Cats on the break with Green. Big sweeping hook shot and the jam from Washington. Diallo and the follow by Killeya-Jones.
It's off the mark.
Live finish.
Deep ball tonight. He's missed a couple. He's a key for this Troy team. Their all-time leading scorer in Division I. Wow. Right down the gap is P.J. Washington for the slam.
Green with the lob down low and an easy flush for Nick Richards. Takes the lead. Touch pass and an easy flush for Nick Richards.
I'm out. Not with threes, though. They did it defensively.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal and the jam.
In this league, you look at Alabama, even Colin Sexton on a hot night, the way he's playing as a freshman point guard. Watch out.
Gilgeous-Alexander dumps it off. Easy finish. Down low for Nick Richards.
Here's Green, another lob. Richards finishes strong. Already, and we're not even halfway through the first half.
Make them stop you.
Tommy for 2.
There it is. I thought earlier when he charged, he could have jumped over the opponent.
We're seeing all around college basketball, even Duke and Mike Krzyzewski have gone to a 2-3 zone, something you don't see very often. There's another easy 2 off the turnover for Kevin Knox.
So to speak, with these Rupp Arena fans.
All things being equal, I think Steve McClain's got to be happy being down just what is now a 15-point lead. Rumors that you hung around after our game and helped those students from Auburn roll the trees. There's Knox, 3-pointer, followed by Richards. But a couple of years was here in the Commonwealth. Here's the bounce pass from P.J. Washington. You saw Cal speaking with P.J. Washington, who was whistled for his 3rd foul. There's a lot of teaching going on in-game, especially when you're up as big as UK is.
I think he's getting that tonight. It won't be perfect, but that will be. Watch out.
Diallo spins inside. Shot is short. Rebound, Richards. Offensive rebound again, and he throws it down. Wow.
Harvard's been in a 2-3 zone this last possession, including the out-of-bounds under.
Good look inside and the stuff. Sasha Killeya-Jones for Harvard. Diallo with the baseline drive and dunk.
Basketball floor. And she's got a big-time vinyl collection.
The dunk inside, and Richards able to throw it down.
Dafa Traore.
2-3 zone here from Monmouth. What a pass.
Wynyard, the recipient of the terrific look from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Why don't you just put him in the post, because there's no one in the country that can guard him. Oh, my goodness. Talking about very few people can guard him.
In the post, they go to Washington, who has been so efficient today. Can't be more efficient than Nick Richards on the throwdown. To be at the PK 80 a couple of weeks ago and have the Oklahoma-Oregon game when Trae Young went for 43 points. Wenyen Gabriel.
Out here.
Pulliam's a redshirt junior. Johnny David's a junior. And instead they go to the freshman Nick Richards. Why not?
Trap the basketball to make these guys. Oh, nice play. Great play.
When in doubt, lob it up if you're Kentucky. It's a step back three. And the long rebound down to Green. Lob it up, and the finish for Richards. Look out, Clark didn't see the pass coming. Had his back turned.
Made the difference right there.
Over the top to Washington, and Kentucky leads.
The cat's about, baby.
They're trying. And Washington can't finish, but Gabriel says, thanks, I'll take care of it. Knox might have gotten away with a walk, absolutely. Follow for Washington.
Short, good D. I think they got a piece of that.
Give it up.
Knox and Green come down together, and the extra pass from Green to Knox, and he knocks it down.
Or anything? He said, no, I think I'll wait till Christmas.
That'll be his present. Green missed a baseline jumper, but they're going to miss that one. Here he is on a lob underneath to his teammate Richards. Tough catch down low. Nice spin move to get away from the defense.
Wells, that's why, number 2.
Wells doubled. Oh, man threw it away. And here comes Diallo.
Today and not here. Get it.
Now on the drive is Knox.
All week, they've not played since their loss last Saturday to UCLA. And look at Diallo! Nasty play to get the party started. Terrific dump down. Third bucket for Spalding. He's got 6. That's Killeya-Jones. Monstrous finish. Last 5 games, and look at Gilgeous-Alexander hitting the deck. Nice pass. Diallo! Thunderous right-handed jam. Here today, having won 6 straight, but by far, clearly they're thinking the rest of the season. And speaking of big, P.J. Washington.
Have a very competitive game, as we did early. Misuse, that's not Louisville. Just let it go.
Easy deuce for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nice extra. Look at this. Nobody at home.
Killeya-Jones. Here's Brad Calipari. So the spot. Selfish to Richards.
Field 85% from the line. Team leader in assists and steals. And he just got another one. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking for Knox down low. Here comes a double, and he's able to find Washington for the high percentage look.
Coming, who can stop each other in the paint?
Knox in the elbow, high-low, and a slam for Washington. Again, a one-hand slam by P.J. Washington.
Had his hair at Christmas. He had a do work in that where everybody should have been jealous of. Little 2-3s. Oh,
wow! Sasha Killeya-Jones.
Well, they did a little bit better last time down, but they made it look like rocket science
Earlier, and they turn it over again, and Diallo is going to tie the game.
The ball is going around the perimeter, and then they're settling for a jump shot. There it is.
Lob and the finish. Beautifully done. Gilgeous-Alexander to Diallo.
For one of the most talented teams, if not the most talented in the country.
Huge change in the rankings this week when they came out yesterday.
But then they hit a bit of a rough patch in early December, but they come into this game having won 7 of their last 8.
Vanderbilt on the glass.
Jared to Vanderbilt, they're going right to him in the post.
Kick to Knox for 3. And the follow by Richards.
That left calf.
And noticeably affected by it.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a lob to Richards. From a number of different places. I mean, I think the best offensive player right on the court right now is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Who finds P.J. Washington.
Bigger, taller, more athletic
Kentucky Wildcats, even though they're younger. Green, followed by Killeya-Jones.
Up by 1. Washington brings it.
Tremendous talent and defensive player, the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, misses the jumper, knocks out ahead of the pack, and he's got all 5 for Kentucky. Sting can't finish, and down with the rebound, Gabriel, who's been a tremendous source of energy off the bench for the Cats. It starts the break, and Knox finishes again.
West not shooting well. And all of a sudden it has been what a great outlet.
Diallo to Knox, and the lead for the Cats.
Right now. I'd give him a chance to turn it over.
Gilgeous-Alexander, no, but Richards with a follow.
Getting back on ball screens, wants him to get a little back a little bit more as his man rolls.
50 in their history against a ranked Kentucky team playing here in Lexington.
A little oopage from PJ.
11th all-time meeting between these two schools. Missouri has never beaten Kentucky. Oh! Upstairs! Gilgeous-Alexander. Diallo couldn't grab it. Falls into the cheerleaders area and a turnover. Washington, extra dish. Diallo going up high for the jam. Vanderbilt brings it across. Nobody covers. Attack mode. Nice feed inside, and it's Gabriel with the stuff.
652 wins overall for Rick Barnes in 31 seasons.
Nice pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Vanderbilt.
He makes things happen. You got to get ball movement and player movement.
5 on the shot clock. Lob, finish. 58 points per game in those 5. Gilgeous-Alexander misses the corner 3. Richards cleans it up.
Sets up. He says he's literally been in his actual office 3 times.
The play of the night for the Wildcats on the inbounds.
Excellent finish.
It's the Gilgeous-Alexander show for Kentucky.
Things are going. That 3 looked good out of the hands. Calipari gets a rebound. Knox runs the floor and finishes beautifully.
Same exact thing.
Got a couple blocks, but just the 2 points and some real sloppy plays.
Yeah.
Knox has not been sloppy. He finds Richards for the dunk. But the lead is 20. That's a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander. Wow, he was real casual with that.
Gilgeous-Alexander missed it. Nick Richards did not. There's a throw into the post for Washington. Ooh, second effort by Knox. Gabriel all the way inside. Here's Knox. Vanderbilt with the length and the assist to Washington.
That guy had a watch for players just grabbing him, denying the help.
Gilgeous-Alexander sets it up for Wenyen Gabriel.
Should be fronting so that they don't foul.
Wow. Wenyen Gabriel aggressive to the rim.
Or by saying, I don't want to jinx him. He's an 81% free thrower.
There you go. Green to Washington.
On Ingram's game because he can get to the basket, especially if people have to play him from the three-point line. Down low, Nick Richards throws it down. First for Kentucky. He should have taken that up on the same side he was on. He would have got fouled. Nice dish. Blind faith, not just faith, blind faith, where they trust every word out of your mouth. That's huge.
So is Nick Richards at 6'11", 240. It's it to Quade Green. He's had a real nice game off the bench for Kentucky today.
What a
Green, the feed, and Vanderbilt the finish.
And the feed from Washington to Vanderbilt. Knox on the go after beating the pressure, and Vanderbilt with the easy cleanup.
On the floor, and when they're able to execute, we saw that early in this game, it's really dangerous.
How about that? Gabriel on the finish from SGA. There's going to be a parade in the Magic Kingdom. A little oop for Vanderbilt. Chipped away and then really pulled away consistently for most of the second half to feed that time to P.J. Washington. SEC, this is what it looks like now, folks. Hottest team was Arkansas.
Or you've got to rotate over on your back end a lot quicker. What a lob and a finish by Jared Vanderbilt. Rebound more than anybody else, and he's manufactured offense. Look at that. Wow, P.J. Washington skies for the jam. Porter, bounce it off the back of Nico. There you go. Diallo, jam! Control. Here's Kevin Puryear. He gets triple team, throws it away. Kevin Knox, buckle up. But what we really don't know at this point, Sean, is how much weight the selection committee is going to give to that. There's Jared Vanderbilt.
Or Mississippi's laziness.
Air ball 3, loose ball, Kentucky's.
Same thing here, nobody back.
Look out, Knox. Oh, Tyree, that's deep, way deep, and it goes off the backboard.
And no need. You got to look at Davis.
Good pass, Vanderbilt for the flush underneath for Washington.
Yeah, he did, and nobody's cutting in the middle of the zone for Kentucky. If they do, they'll get a bucket. Instead, they get a bad shot.
Gabriel tips it, and that worked out well. P.J. Washington.
Yes.
No, he pointed around at their practice facility. They have huge posters of all the NBA stars.
Yeah.
And all
looking at Lavelle Jordan today, the coach at Butler, and they're playing in the Louis Carnesecca Center.
Oh, great job by Gilgeous-Alexander to
Could accomplish in March.
Kentucky's won 4 of their last 5. Obviously, that Florida game went south on them as Gilgeous-Alexander. Good look. Good job getting free. 3-on-2 now. Gilgeous-Alexander. What a nice speed and the finish. P.J. Washington.
Today they came out with purpose tests, and they executed brilliantly. Kind of a Rupp-esque field.
Shots, not thinking. I think he thinks too much right now. That little slump he's been on a roll.
Oh,
that's
big time dunk there. P.J. Washington. Ball on the floor. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gilgeous throws it up. Alley-oop and a dunk, and it'll count. Gabriel's open for 3.
Oh,
what a follow by Killeya-Jones.
Killeya-Jones, where have you been? Where have you been? What an offensive rebound.
And a lot of weapons, Davidson. And a steal. Diallo all the way in for the two-handed jam. Getting the ball in the middle of the paint in the zone, letting the big guy facilitate him. Taking himself. Oh, Washington off to a great start. Approaching the 4-minute mark, remaining in his first half. Inside, Washington throws it down. 1 out of 2. Again, a team that spends a lot of time behind the arc. Going up top. Oh, and throwing it down. Two-handed jam, Sasha Killeya-Jones. A lot more free-flowing offense for Davidson. McGarity wrestling for it. Knocked away. Gilgeous-Alexander, another steal.
And hoping that pressure cancels out the pressure that you put on them in the first place.
Under 30 seconds to go. And Diallo knocks it free. And a score on the other end. That was all in a long time.
Saw some of the fans upset about that, but when you have sides like Kentucky, that's what you do. That's your three-pointer for the team.
Into the game is Nick Perkins. He is the 6th man of the year in the MAC. Looking up top and a throwdown. So early foul trouble for Buffalo. Kentucky's outscored Buffalo 8-3. Oh, looking up top for Killeya-Jones. 3 against Arizona Thursday, including 3 3-pointers. Diallo gets free and a throwdown at the rim from the line. Kentucky by 6 with the ball. Quanti Green will let another 3-pointer go. Now in a ball by Diallo. Woohoo! Flying high. Out coming or something. Everybody just stopped playing defensively for Kentucky. Gilgeous-Alexander. What a catch and finish by Washington.
These last 2 minutes having fought through some tough play by guards.
On the take goes Knox. Leaves it right for Washington. Pass.
No, that was a layup, but Washington cleans it up.
And a turnover. And now it's a victory lap. Diallo, look out! Showtime!
In case he misses, so difficult. You can't even see over these big fellas inside.
Green working the 2-man game with Washington. Oh! Two-handed
left-handed throwdown.